I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl with a shopping addiction. Girl math. It's setting us back. It makes us look like we're vapid and materialistic idiots who don't know how to manage money, who just have no impulse control. This is a problem when we have people as young as this who are saying, I have a shopping addiction. Yeah, I said it. Our minds are completely warped. Social media has rotted our brains to the point now where we think, I barely bought anything. Look at this mess that we are in. This is what we are telling our children to value. This is what we're telling them is important through our actions. You have no one to blame but yourself when you do stuff like this. Everybody's just peacocking around who's got the most money and how can I show it. TikTok is the perfect vehicle for that. It's never gonna end. I don't even wanna watch it anymore. Real recognize real, okay? I've been in her shoes before. When I say you're setting your kids up to fail, this is exactly what I mean. Social media is promoting shopping addictions to young girls. Never has it been more apparent to me than after watching these back to school hauls. Not only is the amount of stuff that these girls are hauling shocking, but what's even more clear to me is that these young girls have a full-blown problem with shopping, an addiction to buying things. It's to the point now where they actually think it's normal to buy entire new wardrobes for back to school. Each year they have an entire new beauty routine, 5 different pairs of shoes. The list goes on and on. And in my opinion, these social media trends that are rewarded online are exploiting this prominent girlhood experience of going back to school shopping, whether that be with your friends or your parents. It's turned a wholesome tradition into a major consumerist event where kids and their parents are expected to shill out thousands of dollars just to go back to school. Take it from someone who previously had an issue with shopping. I feel for these girls. Okay, this is a humongous problem, and I have personally experienced the dark side of overconsumption. It shocks me to my core to see how young these girls are and how much their world revolves around the things that they buy and the things that they have. So let's talk about this trend of back to school hauls, where these teenage girls are standing in front of the camera with their entire arms filled with shopping bags. This is what causes them to go viral and get views.
I have a huge back to school haul. I'm literally still on a shopping high from yesterday. I'm just so excited to show you guys what I got.
Even the language is pointing to there is a major shopping problem going on.
I have a massive back to school haul.
Falling over.
So, back to school haul.
Huge back to school haul.
Welcome to my back to school haul. Hey guys, I have a back to school haul. Huge back to school haul. I have quite the back to school haul. Holy.
She can't even reach the camera because there's so many bags in front of her.
Back to school haul.
Okay, I have a huge haul.
Oh my gosh. Let's just say I did some damage. I leave for college in less than a week. So you ready now? I had to spend way too much money on back to school clothes.
Hey guys, I went back to school shopping, so here's my annual 2025 back to school haul.
So this is fairly new, I would say, in the last couple years. I mean, these look like Christmas hauls, which are Christmas hauls obviously have gotten way out of control, but a lot of people rationalize that as like, oh, this is a one-time thing, this is a once-a-year thing. You know, that's sort of become normalized as well. But back to school, people are buying this much stuff where their entire bed is covered with shopping bags and clothes and online orders. And a lot of these girls are high school age. They're 15, 16, 17 years old, and they have this much stuff already. I mean, do we see a problem with this? This is beyond anything we've ever seen before. Truly. Back to school haul coming today. The entire floor is covered with things, with boxes. What's going on? Genuinely. Mini hygiene haul for back to school. So apparently this is mini. And I have no idea what this even has to do with back to school. But it's body washes, body sprays, mists, lotions, soap. This is absolutely crazy. Now, let's be clear. Back to school shopping is very normal, right? And a lot of us have memories of doing this and, you know, getting a couple things, right? Like I specifically remember I got a couple shirts. That was it. It wasn't a full new wardrobe, but it was a really big emphasis and it was really exciting on what I was going to wear that very first day, right? Like my very first day, I'm picking out my best outfit. I'm wearing my brand new shirt, but it was just that. It was only a couple things. Now we've gotten to the point where teenage girls think it's normal that they have to buy an entire new wardrobe. They cannot outfit repeat. They have enough clothes at this point as 15-year-old girls that they don't have to rewear anything. They have something new for every single day of the year practically. So this is an example of what I believe is normal consumption. So here's back to school haul, except I'm not a victim of overconsumption. So we've got one pair of sweatpants, one pair of jeans, one Old Navy shirt, some folders, some pens, and a notebook, okay? A body mist and a lip balm, and 3 books, and a JanSport backpack. Backpacks are made to be used for years and years and years, okay? They have a very long lifespan. You only need one. You don't need to be buying a new backpack every single year to match the aesthetic. This is what's normal. Here's one back to school haul, except I'm not aesthetic at all. So it's just normal notebooks, deodorant, that's it. Okay. But what's happened now because of social media is there's this major emphasis on having your aesthetic, and everything that you have has to match this aesthetic. Everything has to be pink. Here's somebody that's packing, you know, their backpack. Everything in here is pink. Their laptop's pink. They have all the accessories. They've got all the folders that are all in the pastel color palette. Their notebooks are that, and they special order these things off of websites. And they have matching headphones, and everything has to match, and it's all accessories that have been carefully picked out. And they inevitably also cost more. So it's kind of a show of not only, oh, this is my aesthetic, I'm so put together, but it's also, I've got so much money to spend on like this stuff that actually doesn't matter. And I don't actually need it. Like it doesn't really matter what color my notebook is, okay? Pink calculator, pink pencil case, all of it is about the aesthetic online. This is just what it's become. And if you don't have everything color-coded matching, you're not aesthetic and you're not gonna go viral on social media and no one's gonna care. That's kind of the state of things at the moment. I think that concept is at the forefront of a lot of teenagers' minds is I need to have the aesthetic. I need to have the look. I want the look of someone who's put together. I want to have everything color-coded. I want people to think I'm cool. That's what's going on. So here's my problem, okay? I look at this picture, I hear the soundbite, I'm just a girl, and the caption is, I'm just a girl going back to school. I have issues because I feel like girlhood itself and being a girl and what it means to be girly has become synonymous with consumerism and overconsumption. And if you have a lot of things, if you have a lot of makeup, if you have the perfect aesthetic bag, if you've got all this stuff, then that's part of being a girl. But it shouldn't be, and it's not. And you see here how girls specifically are being targeted by these social media trends and by these companies behind them to buy way more than they need, to try to fit in and to try to be girly. This is a serious issue. So look at all this stuff. I mean, this is crazy. This looks like if somebody dumped out their entire closet and put it onto their bed, but this is just for back to school stuff. Why? Daughter with a chronic shopping addiction. And she's shaking hands with her mom. And the caption says, mother who encourages the shopping addiction. So it's becoming this thing where it's like, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl with a shopping addiction. Girl math. It's setting us back. It makes us look like we're vapid and materialistic idiots who don't know how to manage money, who just have no impulse control. That's what it makes us look like. And many of us know that's not the truth, right? But when so much of our lives and so much of our identity is wrapped up into overconsumption and this consumerism and shopping addiction behavior and being, oh, this is, I'm just a girl, I'm just being silly, this is girl math, whatever, it becomes normalized. Understand, none of this stuff is normal and it has to be addressed.
Let's do the biggest shopping haul ever!
I'm at a loss for words, to tell you the truth. And I just want to let you know, this is an extremely young girl who's doing this haul. How have we let this happen?
Okay, if this is seriously not the biggest shopping haul you have ever seen, then I generally do not know what it is. I'm so excited to show you guys everything I got, and this is all of my back to school stuff. Okay, you guys, I'm seriously so excited to show you guys everything I got, and this is everything we're working with.
What? There's 4 Sephora bags that I can see just from sitting here. How did we get to this point? This room is filled. And this is just for back to school. Can you imagine Christmas and whatever's next?
Also, some of the brands include Golden Goose, Aloe, Aritzia, Lululemon, like the list goes on.
This is another problem that I'm seeing and observing from these young girls. And by the way, it's not their fault. This is just the world that we live in. And I honestly think it's much harder to be a teenager these days than it was when I was young because of social media and its importance in these young people's lives. It's a problem when we're so fixated on brand names and things like that at such an early age instead of school. Like, it's taking up brain space for these young people. And that's what they're aspiring to, is doing hauls like this, brand names. And their identity is wrapped up in what they can buy and what they have instead of what they want to be. It troubles me.
Let's start off with my personal favorite, Aritzia. Also, you guys, these bags are literally ginormous. First from Aritzia, I got a line jacket, a pair of shorts, and a pair of jeans. This is what the line jacket looks like.
Aritzia is beyond expensive.
You guys, these are seriously the essentials that we all need for winter.
She said these are the essentials we all need for winter. That's what she's been told, right? As a teenage girl, is these are the essentials that you need. We all need these things. Like I said, real recognize real, okay? I've been here. I've been in her shoes before. I used to watch stuff like this, and a lot of people consume this content and they're looking for things to buy. They are looking for somebody to tell them, we all need this. You need this item. This is going to improve your life somehow. This is going to make you prettier. This is going to make you more attractive. This is going to make everyone compliment you. You're going to feel so put together, right? And it's like we're going after these feelings that are intangible through buying things. These are things that you can't obtain through buying things, right? You can only obtain them through living your life. And our priorities are just so screwed up. But so many people are watching this stuff, and they're watching these back to school hauls looking for things to buy. And honestly, if you want to break the cycle, you can't watch this type of content. I'm just letting you know, if you have a problem with shopping and you know it, you cannot watch this type of content, and you cannot watch it and be like, I'm looking for new stuff. And I hate to say that because I used to watch it too. The pitfall is that you will never feel satisfied. You will find that thing and you'll think about that thing in your head until you finally have it. You get that exciting momentary feeling of, okay, I have it. Let's see if it's really all that's cracked up to be. It never is. And then you move on and then you start your next hunt for the next thing that's gonna improve your life somehow. Instead of improving your life through things that will actually make a huge difference, unironically, like education. And I think a back to school haul is a perfect time to talk about the link between those two things and the importance of that.
Next, from Lululemon, I got a ginormous bag and a regular bag.
I'm speeding this up. I mean, like I said, 4 different Sephora bags. This is just absolutely insane. This video goes on for 10 minutes. Okay, she pulls stuff out of these bags for 10 full minutes. And actually, I think she might even had to do a part 2 because I don't think she gets through all of it. I mean, it's so much stuff that you can't even remember what you bought. There's just no possible way that you can appreciate everything that you have when you have so much stuff and you're inundated with things. This type of clutter, I'm telling you, will only make you feel more out of control. It will make you feel so overwhelmed to have this much stuff in your house, in your room. You won't even know what to do. And I think people need to talk about that feeling more often because it's real. The after haul clarity. And it pains me to even think that young girls have this type of relationship with shopping. Truly, it does.
I have a huge back to school haul. Okay, so just for some background information, I'm going into my freshman year of high school.
So this is a freshman in high school who has this much stuff. This is someone who just came from middle school, 8th grade. And we're already at this stage of consumerism. That's terrifying because there is a nature to this type of overconsumption behavior where it naturally sort of starts to ramp up, right? Because you don't get the same high until you keep upping the ante and you keep having to do greater and greater hauls to get that feeling of, oh, this is like, oh yeah, like I have a lot of stuff. This is so exciting. I can't wait to show everybody my huge haul. So obviously, you know, these types of videos are going massively, majorly viral. And so many young girls are seeing this and then they're asking their parents for this much stuff. Once again, they feel inadequate and they're comparing their lives and they're saying, hey, mom and dad, where's my stuff? Where's my $300, $400, $1,000 haul? Where are my 10,000 shopping bags? Like, I want this much stuff. I need stuff for back to school. But it puts so much pressure on the kid and the parent to produce and to spend money during this period of back to school. I don't know how it got so bad, but my suspicion is, like I said, these types of hauls are rewarded on social media. It just becomes normalized. Seeing this much stuff has just become so normal.
This is my huge back to school haul that nobody asked for, but oh well. Before I start, I want to say I'm beyond grateful and love my parents.
She says, you know, here's my big back to school haul. Just want to say I'm grateful and love my parents. All right, let's get on with it. Here's some of the comments. I haven't even got a pencil. Oh, to have money. Oh, so you're rich. Once again, I'm not blaming any of these teenage girls at all. It's not their fault. I think that they're a product of their environment and what they see on social media. Do I think they should be on social media? No. But they are, okay? So they've seen this stuff and they've fallen victim to this type of behavior. But what I think is also an important element of these hauls is kind of flaunting wealth, right? And showing to people, I have a lot of money, or my parents have a lot of money, and don't they love me so much? Look at all the stuff that they bought me, right? And you can see down here as well, did I hear back to school haul? Like, people sit around and they're so excited to watch these every year. And it's a similar thing, once again, with like what I got for Christmas hauls. People love to watch these, but people have already gone back to school shopping, or people already got stuff for Christmas, but they're watching them to find more things to potentially buy. Not a lot of people are watching this with just like a sense of curiosity. They're watching it to see, what else can I buy? What else can I ask for? What else do I need? What did this person get that I also want? And it's leading to this issue that I continue to talk about, where we all end up having the same stuff and nobody has like a real sense of personal style because we're all just copying each other. We all have the same thing and then we get sick of it, right? And we're not sticking with something long enough to decide, do I even like this? You know, am I buying this just because it's trendy? It's all bad.
10K back to school haul. I know that this is like around 10K. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna go through really quick for my low attention span girlies.
Here we have people who, like I said, you know, a lot of it is kind of flaunting wealth. These have obviously gotten way out of control. I mean, $10,000 for back to school is just not something that should ever happen in a million years. But, you know, this is the type of stuff that goes viral. This is the type of stuff that gets attention. This is what people want to see for some reason. It's just gotten to the point where we're just spending money just to see how much money we can spend. And also, we're at this stage of social media trends where if you don't have 10 plus bags and you don't start the video like this, holding all those bags, you know, and you're falling over and you're weighed down by the sheer amount of things that you have, then don't even post the haul, okay? Because you're not going to get any views. You have to have this sensationalized amount of things that's just so unbelievable you haven't even seen anything like it. And once again, there's a nature to this where it sort of naturally escalates and starts to ramp up. And in my opinion, it's already reached unattainable levels. It's only going to get worse from here.
H&M top, bodysuit, pink skirt I'm gonna have to tailor. I'm obviously in college, not school, and I'm using a Balenciaga City bag as my college bag. Gold Izzy's. I got this bag too, not for college, just because I thought it was cute. Plain top.
You know, a lot of the stuff I'm like, well, where's the back to school element of this? Like, where's the school supplies exactly?
This Hollister jumper. White micro skirt, it's really creased.
A white micro skirt for school, okay.
Linen trousers from Subdued. Restock on hair supplies. This Vanilla Tree Hut Spray, and it's so good. Using oil and Hello Kitty Starface. These low-rise Playboy jeans. I always have at least 4 Sephora bags for you guys. Acid, a YSL blush, my favorite smell in the world. Clear toner, some lingerie and bras in VS, and also more bare vanilla.
Look, I might sound like a prude here, but I don't remember lingerie being part of my back to school haul. This is not even back to school. Back to school has almost become like an immunity time where people can post the most out of touch, excessive hauls and be immune under the guise of this is back to school. None of this is normal and we shouldn't pretend like it is. What does lingerie have to do with back to school? Nothing. Hopefully.
Ring as a present, and I love it, and also my MS bracelet. Yeah, and I have more clothes coming. I got a shirt from White Fox Boutique, like a corset.
More clothes.
Some Addicted shorts. I think I have some more boots coming. I have loads more clothes. I'll like put them on screen so I don't have to do a part 2. So yeah, back to school haul.
No school supplies seen no backpacks, no pencils, no notebooks, no books. Somebody wrote, these are not back to school hauls. Y'all are just posting summer clothes. Somebody wrote back to school haul and it's just a bikini. Yeah, I genuinely can't watch back to school hauls because I get so incredibly jealous. Back to school has just become a time where people, they don't keep track of how much they're spending. They want to try to go viral. They're doing it for the social media trends and they're just trying to get as much stuff as they can. That's how I see it. Very seldom does it actually have anything to do with true back to school.
I spent $600 last year on my daughter for back to school. This year, I didn't even bother keeping track.
So last year we spent $600 and this year we are not even keeping track because I think if she did keep track, it would be so alarming. And she knows that people would probably be like, that's way too much, because it is. I mean, $600 is way too much.
Let's do a rapid fire of everything I got her. Starting off strong, I got her this Hydro Peak water bottle, but I didn't realize the Wallas were actually the water bottle. So I had to get her a Walla too.
So we are basically brand obsessed. We have a loyalty that makes no rational sense where we only buy the cool water bottles. We have a perfectly fine water bottle probably already. And then we have to buy the name brand one because that's what's cool. That's what's gonna help my kid fit in. Look at this mess that we're in. Look at this mess that we are in. And the mess that we are placing onto our children. This is what we are telling our children to value. This is what we're telling them is important through our actions. You have no one to blame but yourself when you do stuff like this.
This is her backpack this year. We went with Under Armour, classic, neutral. I threw out all.
Probably didn't need one. Once again, backpacks are something that are notorious for having a long life. You can use them for so many years.
All of her Benko boxes, and we only use the Omi lunch boxes now. And this is the new color she picked out.
She just said we threw away all of her other lunch boxes and we are using this one now. We're sticking to this brand. Why? Why throw away a perfectly good lunchbox just to get a new one? Makes no sense.
10 different scents of hand sanitizer. So they
I can't.
Janeiro 62, 40, 87, 48, and she's really wanting the 39, but I didn't get that for her. We have that on our Christmas list.
How? This is obviously a very young child. How do we even know what this stuff is? I don't even understand.
She only wears Pip Pop Post earrings, so these are the new ones I got her.
Only wears a certain kind of brand earring. You're setting children up to fail when you do stuff like this. I'm just saying it right now. When their world revolves around brand names and being so particular, yikes.
You know. She loves these foaming body washes. Target has the most amazing oversized graphic tees for girls.
This is a very young girl.
This one's her favorite. She got a couple basic tees from there too. A pair of shorts, clearance jeans, silver Sambas. I think these are actually the quartz, but she wanted hot pink. Nikes, the Nike outlet was having a sale and these were only $25.
So we have 3 different pairs of shoes that are exactly the same. It's not even like, okay, you know, we've got one pair of sneakers and then we've got a pair of nice shoes, flats or something. These are the exact same style of shoes and they're the same exact colorways as well. So white and pink.
And she got this from the Nike outlet too. She got her first comfort set, which is under $30, and I have a link in my bio for it. She had her first ever meltdown while shopping. I told her she couldn't get an outfit because when we rang it out, it was $70. And I said, I'm so sorry, but we can't buy that. And she started crying. And so it turns out we now have the $70 outfit.
When I say you're setting your kids up to fail, this is exactly what I mean, where we're having meltdowns at the register because she can't buy what she wants because you've never told her no. And now you've invited her into this world of overconsumption and consumerism that is so difficult to get out of. It hurts my heart, honestly, to hear this and to see this and to think that this is like funny cute. The mom will say, she's just a really particular girl. She likes what she likes. No. Meltdown over $70. So we ended up buying it. This is how it manifests, people.
She's gonna wear this for picture day, Christmas, her birthday, any event we can think of because it was $70. Some other items she got from Gap that were not $70. These jeans and this outfit. I love H&M sweatshirts. I promise you she picked this out herself. Disclaimer, I did not buy all this stuff. My mom likes to spoil my kids.
What difference does it make who bought it? So now we've also gotten to the point where these hauls are so expensive and so outrageous that people are doing price breakdowns because they are so out of control. So here's a massive back to school haul price breakdown. Ready for this?
I don't think you're even ready for this.
She's right. We're not ready for this.
It's time for my senior year back to school shopping haul. The Patrick Top.
$38.
Just released these.
$30.
This skirt. And then in the same color. I got a Swiftly Tech long.
$78.
Shorts and a 4-inch, but I got the
$64.
I got these. They're so.
$52.
So I also got.
The grand total is $1,547.
Just for back to school things. It's totally normal. We're just posting it like no big deal. This is so unrealistic.
Okay guys, welcome to my back to school haul. The first up, I got
$1,325.
now we got
About $800 maybe.
Polo. I got it.
$398.
And then also from
$142.
these socks.
What?
$28.
Oh, just $30 for socks.
$490 Gucci.
I got this.
Frame jeans, $348 for each pair. $2,450 maybe. On clouds, $340 for both pairs.
I got these Adidas.
And then $110 for these Adidas. That makes our grand total about $10,000, you guys. Love you, bye.
$10,000. Like it's nothing. And this is what's getting rewarded on social media. This is what's going viral. Kids are watching this, teenagers, and they're thinking, why don't I get this? Why don't my parents love me this much? Why can't I have this? And you know, you have people looking at this and they go, rich people are so lucky. Wow. You know what? I suppose it's about perspective. But for me personally, I wouldn't want my parents to say yes to every single thing that I asked for, because then I wouldn't appreciate anything. That's how I see it. And now we have people who are getting luxury back to school stationery items. Okay, so they're going out of their way. This is Love Shack fancy notebooks, pens, pencils, folders. People are trying to separate themselves by buying like the most expensive stuff they can and just flaunting it online. That's what it's become. Everybody's just peacocking around who's got the most money and how can I show it. TikTok is the perfect vehicle for that. It's just become this huge show where everybody is just trying to one up each other. It's never going to end. I don't even want to watch it anymore. So the other thing that I'm seeing with a lot of these back to school hauls is a lot of these videos start off with talking about how grateful they are.
Huge back to school haul. Here is everything that I got for back to school. This is like our biggest haul of the year. Disclaimer, my parents give us a big budget for back to school. Every year we go to South Park and I am extremely grateful. I want everyone to know that. I know that I'm very fortunate and very lucky, and I absolutely have the best parents ever. They work so hard. Every year, these are one of my favorite things to watch when back to school starts, and a lot of people requested this, so that's why I'm doing it. And I just want you all to know that I am so grateful and so thankful, and I absolutely love everything.
So here's sort of my suspicion about some of this. I think truly that a lot of these young girls know what they're hauling is absolutely beyond excessive. Okay, they know that it's not normal. But in doing this and in saying and giving this disclaimer of I'm so grateful and I'm so grateful to my parents, I feel like they're trying to sort of wash away this subconscious guilt that they feel over these excessive hauls. There is a guilt that is very prevalent with shopping addictions, okay, that I've seen, that I've experienced as well, where I know I don't need that item, or I know I have too much stuff. And then you try to do things to rationalize, or you try to neutralize that feeling. And I think, to me, that's why a lot of these disclaimers go out. And you see these similar disclaimers go out as well before you see the Christmas hauls as well. They're trying to not only get rid of that sort of guilty feeling, but also get ahead of any criticism that they might receive.
So thank you, Mommy and Daddy.
2025 back to school haul. I just want to start off by saying I'm so grateful for everything that I got. I'm not trying to brag in any way, shape, or form.
It sounds a little rehearsed, but you know, I'll say this. Is it better than saying nothing? Yes. I would say, you know, at least they're saying something. At least they are saying that they're grateful.
I have a massive back to school haul. Before I start, I just want to say I'm so grateful for everything that I got, and I'm so blessed. Okay, so we're gonna start off with shoes.
Okay, so let's get into shoes.
Back to school haul. I want to start off this video by saying that I am very grateful for everything that I got. And yeah,
let's do my 2025 back to school haul. And before I get any comments that are like, oh, this is overconsumption, you don't need all this, daddy's money. Yes, it is daddy's money, but it's also my money. And I don't care. I'm aware that I have a shopping addiction. So no hate, please.
I'm aware that I have a shopping addiction. Do you know how insane that is, that that's coming out of a teenager's mouth. I don't care what you guys say. Don't say that this is overconsumption. Yes, this is daddy's money. No. This is a problem when we have people as young as this who are saying, I have a shopping addiction. Yeah, I said it. It cannot lead to anything good. It's a massive problem that needs to be addressed as soon as possible.
Back to school haul. Before I start, I do just want to say that I worked for all of this, like all the money for it. I saved up over the summer, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to get all this for school.
Here's another example, in my opinion, of these girls having a really disturbing relationship with shopping. When you hear people say, I saved up all my money all summer long to then splurge it all on shopping for back to school. I saved up everything I had, worked the entire summer, and I'm putting it all towards these material things that I'm probably gonna forget about. Just so I can access that feeling of euphoria for a little while, right? Or to try to go viral on social media, like I'm doing all of this and working so hard just to get this. I mean, this is an objective problem. Concepts like girl math and like, I'm just a girl, so I'm gonna have a shopping addiction and I'm gonna spend all my money and like, I love to shop because I'm a girl. These are the things that set us back and prevent us from getting to where we wanna be. And, you know, I think a lot of us wanna feel like we're in control, we're good with money, we wanna be able to do the things that we wanna do, right? But we can never do that if we continue to behave this way. That's all I'm saying. We have to make a change here.
$400 back to school haul, except this is all I got. Worked all summer for this, so get ready. Okay, dropped a band at Sephora, so we're gonna start there.
It's $400. I worked all summer to be able to do this haul, and everyone's seeing this as sort of aspirational. Like, I'm working my whole summer so I can just do this one back to school haul.
Here's my mini back to school haul. This haul definitely won't be as big as last year's because I'm not going back to an actual campus, but I am still in school and my classes start in 2 days, so consider this my back to school haul for the year.
So that one right there, mini back to school haul. Our minds are completely warped. Social media has rotted our brains to the point now where we think that that haul was mini. I barely bought anything when we're holding literally 10 or 15 different bags from shopping stores. It's so much. But we don't even realize how much because we're all conditioned to think that this is normal. And by the way, the more that this continues, the more normalized it becomes. And the less discernible it is to all of us. That's the scary part.
School haul, starting off with shoes.
So we have all of these shoes. Okay, in what world can you realistically wear this many shoes or need this many shoes? I have to ask.
I'm sad. Adidas Specials in a red and blue color. Canvases in a lavender color. Adidas Specials in a pink and maroon color. Canvases in a baby pink color. Oh my gosh. Canvases in a brown color. Canvases in a gray color.
Literally, they're all the same shoe. Some of them are even in similar colors. It's not even like, okay, these are different types of shoes. They're all sneakers. They're all the same type of sneaker even. What are we doing?
Let's start. I got kind of a lot from here. Then I got this really pretty like turquoise blue hoodie. Next I got this really pretty maroon hoodie. Then I got this black acid washed hoodie.
So, you know, we're buying multiples of the same exact thing over and over and over. Here we go again. Once again, I'm just a girl going back to school. The sheer amount of stuff here, but this is what I really want to focus on. We have all of this Summer Friday. We have literally 6 of the lip butters. Why do we need that? Why do we need 6 of the same thing? Look at all the different earrings that are in this picture, okay? That all look identical to each other. Oh, but this is girlhood. You know, this is what girls do. No, no more.
These canvases, I got them in yellow. These are absolutely adorable. The next pair I got were also canvases. They're just these really cute pink
buying
ones.
the same type of shoe. Everyone's buying Adidas campuses.
They're so cute. And the last pair of shoes I got were these gray canvases.
3 pairs of campuses. 3 pairs.
Look at how cute those are.
These I got today. My favorite color is pink, so how could I say no? And these are pretty basic, but like that's the point. They'll go with everything.
School shoes.
So, you know, this is to my point that I've made multiple times, many times before. They're just buying the same things. I have seen so many hauls now where everyone's buying Adidas campus shoes, everyone's buying Adidas. That's what everyone's wearing, and we're all the same, nobody's different, and there's just no style. There's just no sense of personal style other than just I buy things. My personal style is I follow every major trend.
Shoes. Got this pair of Adidas Campuses. These shoes will literally match all my game day outfits, and they're a good basic shoe.
This is my first time ever getting one of the Park sweatshirts, and I just got the yellow and navy one.
A lot of these hauls also included the Park stuff. I've talked about this before. There's so many problems with Park, guys. I don't even know where to begin, quite frankly. Everyone's wearing the same mock neck sweaters.
And then I ordered a few things.
And they're buying them in the same colors, by the way.
From Park. So I got these Park shorts. I never had a pair of these, and I didn't know they were going to be this short, so I might send these back. I'm not sure yet.
Do I have news for you? Because if you know anything about Park, you know they don't have a return policy. Okay, no returns allowed, so you can't send them back, unfortunately. And this is the problem that we have. First of all, she's wearing a Park sweatshirt while she's hauling more Park stuff. But the thing that I'm saying is, like, because of these trends and this like consumerism stuff we do, we don't even really do research into what we're buying. We don't sit and think about it. We just kind of like watch these hauls and then make these impulsive, unexpected purchases because we watch other people's stuff and we think, oh my God, I have to have that. And you know, a lot of Park stuff as well is like the scarcity marketing. So we feel like we have to buy it so quickly, you know, otherwise it's going to sell out, and this is what everybody wants right now and it's always sold out. So I have to get my hands on it. I'll feel so cool once I have it. What I'm saying with this is that she obviously hasn't looked into Park enough, because you would know that there's no returns, you know. So that's also another pitfall of like overconsumption, is just you don't do the research and you make these purchases that you didn't think about enough, and you're now stuck with these shorts that don't fit and are not good quality.
And then I got the yellow and pink Park crew neck.
Well, if you thought that the back to school overconsumption stopped with the hauls, the clothing hauls and dressing the part, you'd be wrong, because it's actually now seeped into the lunchroom as well. So here's a mother who has an entire room dedicated to lunch packing supplies.
Everything I got my 4th grader for back to school lunches. It's so crazy how much her style has developed this year. She's starting off with this Fit Fresh bag and a Stanley bag. She also really wanted a Yeti lunch bag, but this one's the 5-liter, I think, and it's just too thick, so I think it's going back.
Yeah, so apparently 4th graders have their own aesthetic now, which is most likely forced onto them by their parents. It's just absolutely insane. If your child even knows what these brand names are at this age, I fear for them, truly.
And this one might be my favorite. How cute is this little bow and all the gold accents? Because she's obsessed with her pink Bensko bowl, she really wanted the blue one too. To go with her Bensko bowl, we just picked up a few of these cute snack boxes for her fruits and veggies. I also thought this one was cute for Sandwich Mondays. She also got 3 new Ami boxes. And here's your reminder not to believe everything you see on the internet, because while I did buy some of this, others were gifted. Thanks for watching.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Man, you got us so good. What? I don't care if it was gifted or not. No one needs this much stuff, especially not a 4th grader. It's still overconsumption no matter what. It's too much. You don't need 4 different, 5 different, 6 different lunch boxes for your 4th grader.
Here's everything I got my 3rd grader for back to school lunches. Starting off with her lunch bags, we picked up this Jan Sports to match her backpack. She's also obsessed with Harry Potter, so we picked up this Harry Potter Simply Modern bag. And you can never go wrong with Lilo and Stitch, so we picked up this Stitch one from Posh Peanut. For her bento boxes, we picked up these Cat and Jack ones from Target. And of course, we had to get the stainless steel strawberry one. How gorgeous. The large Goby spinner in the yellow color.
I mean, what is that even? What kid's bringing that to school?
Bensko bowl in this pink color. It comes with silverware and you can have hot or cold meals in it. The Dearest Gray raspberry silicone set. How cute. The new Ami Dip blue and green containers. We picked up some Cat and Jack silverware. How cute is this set? My daughter says her favorite part of lunch is the notes. We picked up some from Aldi's as well as Target.
Hold on a minute. So now, instead of writing a sentimental note as a parent that you leave in your child's lunch, you can now buy notes online. Is this not overconsumption final boss territory here? What are we talking about? This is late stage overconsumption. We're buying notes to put in our children's lunches. We're just removing any sentimental value whatsoever because we can buy it. Oh, because we can buy it. It's been replaced. What are we doing?
Some fun character cutouts from the Sunshine tea shops for fruits and sandwiches. We picked up 3 different water bottles. The first one is from Simply Modern. We found this one at Walmart. We love Simply Modern. A Yeti Kids tumbler in tropical pink. And lastly, the Ami purple silicone water bottle. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.
Organize my kitchen for back to school lunches. Guys, at some point, okay, the reusable nature of these things and the benefit becomes null and void when you have this much crap. I'm just gonna say it. You're buying new like way too frequently. I mean, what am I looking at? It's just junk. It's just freaking junk. I can't believe there's more. Look at all these water bottles. Well, do you believe me yet that social media is profiting off of and promoting shopping addictions to these young people? Is this not enough proof that it has infiltrated and seeped into every single aspect of back to school and the back to school experience? Because it's everywhere. It's overtaken everything. It's overtaken lunches. It's overtaken the halls, which used to be a wholesome thing that you did, you know, with your parents to go back to school. You know, your friends, you shop for like a couple new things, and it's turned into so much overconsumption. We don't even know what normal is anymore. We don't even realize what that looks like because social media is promoting the extreme on a daily basis to all of us as if it's normal. And I think what a lot of this is like, it's a cycle. Once you have this relationship with shopping, it's very hard to get out of it. Because if you're participating in this, you're buying these things, you're over consuming, you get the high of it, you're watching other videos to find more things to help you get that high again, then you feel guilty, then you have way too much stuff, but then you have to ramp it up because you want to feel that feeling again. And it's very hard to get out of. But it's even worse when you think about young people are experiencing this, okay? It's one thing for an adult who's experiencing shopping addiction and the highs and the lows of overconsumption, right? And you're trying to deal with that and parse through that. But it's another thing when it's teenagers, right? And so much of their identity is wrapped up in what they can buy and their social statuses. Can I do these huge hauls? Can my parents afford this? There's so much pressure on all of us, but especially women, to buy. It's almost like this overconsumption lifestyle calls to us like a siren call. And it's so hard to resist, but we have to resist because there's so much more to life than this. And we're never gonna get to where we wanna be so long as we're on this path. And that's my whole point of all of this, okay? So anyway, I would love to know what you guys think down below. What do you think about the overconsumption that's happening with back to school? What's your experience been? I'd love to hear from you. Leave a like if you like this kind of video. Subscribe if you're not already. Tons more videos coming just like this one. We've got lots in the making over here, so you're not gonna wanna miss those. So anyway, see you guys in my next video. Bye.